We're Andrea and George, a Romanian couple, and for the past 3 months we have been traveling in Sri Lanka.
Dry your eyes. I'm not even worried, but I can't hear the silence you describe. Don't be ashamed. We can always leave this place and go where no one knows our names.
In this episode, we are continuing our road trip around the central province of Sri Lanka, and we are visiting Sigiriya, or the Lion's Rock, one of the 3 elements of the cultural triangle here in Sri Lanka.
So we went straight to the entrance, but then
Just the place where they scan the tickets.
so we had to come back to the museum or the ticket office to buy the tickets. And let's see the museum there.
Card?
Yeah, you need to pay just cash. It's
I will show you.
6,090 per person.
Yeah.
30 US dollars. And
Those
there
are
you
the
go.
tickets. Okay. And they will
The
scan it.
QR code.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are, proud owners of 2 tickets for Sigiriya, or Lion's Rock.
It's not lottery tickets. Sigiriya tickets.
Yeah, so we're going back to the entrance where they will scan our tickets, and then let's start discovering this place.
So we passed the scanning point.
We never needed their permission to believe
You wanna go to the viewpoint?
ourselves.
Oh,
Come back.
yeah.
Because
Alright.
we can do it, everything they said we never.
So here we are at the Sigiriya Rock, which is a masterpiece even up to this date. The first official writings about it date back to 300 BC, but it is said that the structure itself dates back to 4,000 years ago. It became famous after King Kassapa built his royal palace on top of it. Around 473, King Datusena was ruling the kingdom of Anuradhapura, and the capital was in Anuradhapura. Kassapa, knowing that he is only an illegitimate son, because his mother was just a concubine of the king, he knew that when the time comes, he will not be the heir of the throne, and it will be Moggallana, the official son of the king. So what he did is he killed his father. Actually, he created a plot together with the king's general, and it was like a coup. So the saying is also, the legend says that he actually walled his father inside of the structure. So it's very interesting because we have a similar legend back in Romania for a fortress as well. So yeah, that was fascinating for us. Yeah, so going back, even though he killed his father, he was still not meant to be the rightful heir. But Moggallana, his brother, he realized that it's not the right time for him to start fighting for the throne, so he fled to India together with his men, trying to enforce his army. So Kassapa, being a bit paranoid himself, knowing the things that he's capable of, he decided it's best for him to move his palace on top of the rock and move the entire capital of the Anuradhapura kingdom over here. So, because he had a 360 view from the top, so he could see anyone trying to come and conquer, because obviously he lived in fear that his brother will attack. And this obviously happened just 18 years later, so that's the longest he managed to be a king. So Moggallana, he returned from India with a great tactic, and eventually he managed to take back the throne from his brother. So once Moggallana managed to reconquer his kingdom, he moved back the capital to Anuradhapura, and the Sigiriya fortress has become a monastery, a Buddhist monastery again, and it stayed like that until late 13th century, when even the monks abandoned it. And nobody knew about it actually until the 18th, 19th century, because the jungle all around it managed to cover the rock, so except for a few locals that kept the legend going and knew about the place, most of the people didn't know this actually exists as well. So it was discovered by a British general as well, but excavation work only started very late in the 1980s. So it's only like 40 years that it became of interest and they started excavating and reinforcing the failed structures.
Their universe, we're just causing trouble, but nothing can hurt us in our bubble. For better or worse, in an uphill struggle, no regrets and windows down, 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 down.
There's a bit of crowd here. I'm almost tempted to say it's like pre-pandemic level, but we weren't here before, so. Oppa. So it's likely before there were even more people. So these probably have been the old stairs to it. They look practicable, but I wouldn't try them right now. Over there, and this is the new structure.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. It's challenging.
That is the Tibuttara Gallery. Am I pronouncing it correctly? We will go there to see the sunset.
Yeah, so we're gonna go there in the afternoon. Your good grooming time. Hola chiquita. ¿Todo bien? Ahí toda la familia.
Hey, look at the king.
So here we are at the King's Pool. Let me show you what a magnificent view this pool has. It's the first infinity pool from the ancient times that we have so well preserved. And as you can see, it's carved in stone, and it's quite impressive as a structure. Probably these terraces, they were served for taking sun. I don't know if they were taking sun during those times, but this is considered to be the King's Pool.
Can you please build one like this for us at home?
Yeah, we need a big stone though.
Yeah, but the thing is, really, nowadays we don't build structures like this anymore. It's all just concrete and metal.
And wooden parts sometimes.
Yeah, but all simple structures like this, they don't get built anymore. Anyway, this particular one, even up to this day, they don't know for sure. It's one of the mysteries of the world. Not the pool itself, the entire Sigria structure. What was before the king built his royal palace here, they still don't know how it came into life, but it's one of those things the Sri Lankans like to consider the eighth wonder of the world. And it's one of the few UNESCO sites in Sri Lanka.
some kind of trace to lead me out of darkness. Give me a little faith, something to make me stronger, someone who could light the way. Then you came to me and you gave me reason. I almost can't believe it. Every time we touch, I feel at home.
Yeah, guys, so we decided that we want to have a swim here.
Yeah, let's go for a swim.
Yeah, it's very, very hot. I think it's like 27.
Yeah, something like
Quite
that.
hot, so please make sure you bring enough cold water with you. At least 2 liters per person. We only had like 2.5 for both of us and we are very thirsty already. Just imagine back in the day, King Cassiopeia, just going about his day, enjoying this pool, being protected by this huge wall, and on this side as well. So it's not 100% an infinity pool, but that's the idea of it. But he needed this wall for protection. Amazing, really beautiful.
So we are in the castle.
Yeah, welcome to King Cassiopeia's castle. So basically here we are on the top floor of Sigria, and this is said to be the royal palace. All of it here, it was the royal palace. Yeah. He was right when he decided to escape here and move the capital from Anuradhapura over here. You actually do have a 360 view, so you can see your enemy coming from any side. So while he was afraid that his brother will come back and attack, he could see it, yeah. As previously mentioned, Kasyapa picked Sigriya to build his royal palace and move the capital from Anuradhapura over here because there is a full 360 view, and he assumed he will see the enemy coming, which in fact he did when his half-brother or rightful heir to the throne returned, King Moggallana. They actually engaged in battle, and it is said that the reason why Kasyapa actually got defeated is that his elephant made a sudden turn in front of an obstacle, and the army of Kasyapa thought this is a sign of retreat, and the troops, they scattered, which left Kasyapa unprotected. And then when he realized that he's in danger and he doesn't have troops to defend him anymore, he pulled his dagger and he basically slashed his own throat to make sure that he will not be killed at the hand of Moggallana, but he decided to kill himself. So pretty dramatic, just as it started.
So this is the hallway of the entrance of the palace, basically. It's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. So the 5th layer was probably the
bedroom, the master bedroom.
The master bedroom.
The lover boy's nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, from my understanding, he was quite a lover boy.
That's why he was hiding here.
Yeah. And there she is. We found the princess of this castle. How about a rest in the royal castle? So here we are in the southern part of the palace, like a few floors lower, with a wonderful view towards those mountains. I vote they are Knuckles, but apparently the map shows that the Knuckles mountain range is a bit behind the main mountain ridge that we can see right now.
Quite a bit in the left side.
Yeah. But it's so beautiful. I would love to have this view when I wake up.
So we're looking for the path to down.
Hmm?
We're looking for the path to going down.
Yeah. Do they sell water here? No.
You know, I think it's just a resting spot.
See, as I said, they're actually still reinforcing and maintaining and in a good shape. Ooh! It's a very strange lizard, small one, but it has like a yellow line. It's a cutie. Hop, he left now. I wonder what this place serves for.
Maybe observation point.
Yeah, for sure.
Even the swamp here might be. It was.
Yeah, it's again one of those places which I thought it's overrated, but it's really, really beautiful. So I think it's worth paying the $30 for it, 6,000 rupees. Because it's actually well maintained, and most things have English inscription as well compared to Dambulla.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry.
So this part where we are right now is the audience hall. So probably there were shows and theater and
What entertainment they were doing.
yeah,
in the place.
entertainment, exactly. So that's why I'm not sure you can see exactly. In the rocks, there's like layers over layers, so probably people would sit there. It's quite amazing to believe that this was an entire city. So there were probably thousands of people living here.
I don't know. I have no idea how many, but yeah, that pretty much. They should have lived on the rock. No question about.
And over here we have the throne.
So here he was sitting during the.
Yeah, which these cheeky
The
monkeys
shows.
reclaim as their own. This one here. It's quite large, big-sized throne. So probably the wives were sitting right there with him. And she and everyone else was watching the show from here.
And here on the left side you can still observe the old walking path. As you can see, the footsteps are carved in the stones.
So down there at the entrance, you're actually climbing the stairs into the lion.
You can see his paws on the
Yeah.
left and right side. Fun fact, or another reason why it's called Lion's Rock, is because it's believed that the grandfather of the king was a lion. That's the legend.
Yeah.
So all the ponds and the gardens, they are in mirror. You know? They say that the same structure, the gardens, yeah.
9 or 5? No, they say that it's symmetrical, so whatever is on the
Left side is
left
gonna be
side
on
is
the right side.
mirrored on the right side, so they're identical on both sides. And here is the biggest pond from the Bottom Gardens. Bigger, the two. But this one doesn't have the structure anymore.
Yeah, this is not conserved. The structure is not conserved. The water is still here, and it was like this. So here we are in the gardens of Sigiriya, just at the bottom of the rock. There are huge gardens and they have quite interesting irrigation system. Even to those days they are considered quite a wonder of engineering, because they don't know how they built these systems. Some of the locals, they still believe that the water is coming from the top ponds, but actually it's a reservoir that it's
Water tank.
water tank that is situated outside of Sigiriya place, and it's on a higher elevation, and the water is coming actually from there. This
They
is
have
what they
built
discovered.
hydraulic systems.
Yeah, they built some hydraulic, and they use the power of the force of the water and the gravitation to bring the water over here.
Yeah. They also say like a tiny portion of the water on top of the rock. It does come down through these crack systems when the rainfall is too
This-
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the ponds and the pools upstairs get filled. That's when through the cracks and little canals, the water will come down here. Yeah,
It's very green.
yeah. I'm so hungry.
I'm gonna go grab some food.
So that's a wrap, guys. This was the trip to Sigiriya. I hope you enjoyed it with us. We definitely did enjoy it. It just
Took
We-
us a bit longer than expected, but we quite enjoy, and we quite have seen all the place.
yeah. If you're not taking videos and you're here only to visit and take some pictures, I think in 2 hours,
You should be okay.
yeah, you should do it. Now we are heading to buy some water because we are so thirsty. So make sure you bring enough. Do you like the pumpkin soup? I think it's the best one I had so far with fried. I think it's like fried garlic inside. Delicious. And then this is the chicken vegetable curry. So many curries here. 1 to
Then
6.
it's lentil.
Lentil, this is coconut, potato, chicken. I think that's okra. I tasted one. I couldn't resist. Or eggplant.
Eggplant.
And this is beans. And now my kotu is on the way. Do you want to ask her if you can?
Okay. This is how the kotu is done.
A lot of chicken in here. Veggies. Delicious and cheap. After our delicious lunch, we returned to our beautiful accommodation, where we shortly realized that it's too late now to make it for the sunset hike on Pidurangala. Therefore, we decided to do the sunrise hike instead the next morning, and we spent the afternoon chilling by the pool. So stay tuned, we're gonna take you with us on a sunrise hike on Pidurangala in the next episode. See you!